Welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead. I'm Sharpie's Bets, and this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So going over to Prize Picks, use that promo code PUGSPORTS. Why? Because it's like saying thank you, guys. At the end of the day, it's the biggest thank you you can say. So smash the like on the way in here if you already have it. And we got 4 games to talk about like we're always going to talk about. So if you're in Twitter world, hit that link. This video will end shortly. Yesterday, we got back on track. Talked about 4K props on the show. Hit 3, did not hit the dirty K. Max Scherzer had ample opportunity. Am I mad at him? No, not mad one bit. Had a great game, went 7 innings deep. Is what it is. Life's a bitch, then you marry one. Now we get into today, where I have 1 dirty K bet, and we're going to talk about 4 games, and we're going to talk about, the shit I do best, and that's pitchers, guys. So let's get into it. First game on the board, we're going to go Phillies at the Pirates. My guy, your guy, our guy, your guy, Zach fucking Wheeler, guys. So Zach Wheeler's 8-5 with a 2.78 ERA in 18 games. He does have a home 1.58 ERA and a road 4.50, and he is on the road today. He has gone 6+ innings 10 of his last 12 games and is now on his all-star snub revenge tour, guys. So let's just get on board and on tour with the guy who got snubbed, who's been one of the most elite pitchers in all of baseball since April 27th. So stop being disrespectful to the man, and he's going to remember who the fuck he is, and he's been a beast, guys. We've been on him a lot this year. So let's get into it. Since his velocity came back April 28th, he's had 7 or more strikeouts in 10 of 11 games. And he hasn't hit 7 strikeouts in 4 straight games now, guys. And they have his K-prop at 7+. It was at plus 117 this morning when I bet it. And that is my dirty K today, guys. I am on Zach Wheeler 7+ at plus 117. And that's the dirty K, guys. At the end of the day, he is a fucking beast. We ran him last week. We didn't hit it with the Cubs. The numbers said run it, and that was the first time all year where the numbers said run it, and he didn't hit it. So the other 3 games, we understand why he didn't hit it. So there's nothing to be worried about here. There's nothing to be like, oh, well, nah, guys. We've stayed off him in the right spots, and we've bet him in the right spots. And the numbers, they tell us to bet him right here. At the end of the day, they're walking 7.5%, striking out 25.5%, 226 average, 635 OPS, and an ISO of 125. He hasn't seen this team since 2019, guys. This is Zach Wheeler, and he is getting my bet today, and I think he should get yours too. His K-prop, like I said, was 7+, plus 117, 6.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy scores 43.5. I will be on him on Prize Picks as I am on him with a regular bet. Now, the other side of this matchup, and we're going to talk about a K-prop that I'm not going to bet, but I don't hate it if you're going to bet it. So let's talk about Zach Thompson, 3-7 with a 4.64 ERA in 17 games. He has the same home road splits, and by the numbers, he looks bad. But dig a little fucking deeper, guys. We do a little more digging than the average fucking person on this show, guys. So let's dig deep into it. Since May 4th, Thompson has allowed more than 2 earned runs one time to a team not being on a back-to-back or in the division. So we're getting a team that he hasn't seen all fucking year. And this is where Zach Thompson pitches well, guys. This is crazy. I know you're telling me that, but I see a quality start from Zach Thompson today. 6 innings, 2 earned runs or less, and a quality start is technically 3 earned runs or less. But No, this is a prop show, but I am on the under 4 first 5 in this game. I think we're going to get two good pitchers going at it today. Yes, I said Zach Thompson's good. Yeah, you heard it. He is good, but we bet strikeouts. And at the end of the day, the dude doesn't strike fucking people out. So everything says that this guy hits 4 strikeouts against really bad teams when the moment calls for the strikeout prop. Well, the moment fucking screams to play Zach Thompson right here by the numbers. They're walking 4.1%, striking out 27.4%, 267 average, and an ISO of 142. So Philly's not really hitting the ball over the last 2 weeks. And Zach Thompson has done well versus teams who haven't seen him, and I got to expect the same. He's had 4 strikeouts in these situations where they've had a 25% strikeout percentage or more, and he's got it sitting right here in front of him again today. So if you're looking at Zach Thompson, I don't hate it. I just bet strikeout pitchers to hit strikeout numbers. At the end of the day, it is a K prop, and I want a guy who can get me 3 strikeouts in an inning at any given time to get me back in to where I need to be if I'm falling behind with a guy. So at the end of the day, Zach Wheeler is getting the bet, and I don't hate you if you're betting Zach Thompson. Bullpen-wise, big drastic freaking difference here, guys. Phillies over the last month are 6th in the league with a 2.93, and the Pirates are dead fucking last, 30th with a 5.79 ERA. No run first inning is at a minus 130. I'm not looking at hitting props personally in this game. I will be on the under 4. And I am on Zach Wheeler strikeout prop. So this is a game where I expect two guys to go out and deal. So, yeah, let's freaking go. Shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like, hit the share, hit the retweet. We need more people. I don't know what happened, but we need to get to the damn monies. That's what happened, guys. So, Mr. Heat, my guy, Tone fucking Miggins, let's fucking go. JPZ, AOD, Mr. Rocco Rogers. It's the crew up in here, guys. So let's get to the monies. Next game I want to talk about is the Tigers and the Blue Jays. And this is where I do have a few hitting props bet. Tyler Anderson, 4.05 ERA in 33 innings of work this year. He's been used out the bullpen for the most part, and he has started a few games, not going more than 3.1 innings pretty much all fucking year. So do expect the Detroit bullpen to come in after this guy after about 4 innings of work at most. And they've just been the 3rd best bullpen in the league with it over the last 30 days with a 2.74 ERA. So I think the line's way fucking off here, guys. I haven't bet it personally, but there's no way in hell Kikuchi should be favored like this at the end of the day. Not in my opinion, and let's talk about him. He's coming off the IL. Where he's been giving up his coochie, guys. Mr. Yusei Kikuchi been giving up that coochie, and he's a dude. So, yeah, that tells you where he's at in life. So, this guy's just been lost. Over his last 7 games, he has a 7.99 ERA in 23.2 innings, not going past 5 innings more than one freaking time, not giving up more than 3 earned runs in every game but just one time. This guy just hasn't been bet on, and this team fucking smacks lefties. Like, what the fuck is he this big of a favorite for? I'm not seeing something. I get it. The Blue Jays are crushing righties right now, and Tyler Alexander ain't a guy you fucking, you're scared of, but the guy is serviceable and should at least get through those 4 innings with 2 earned runs or less. And I think Kikuchi gives up at least 2 runs. So I just don't understand why he's the favorite in this spot to a team that's raking like these guys are. And I brought this up versus Sean Manaea the other day, and they yopped the motherfucking Padres in the 9th inning twice, guys. And who's their closer? Freaking Rogers, a beast-ass lefty. This team hits lefties. So let's talk about it. They're walking 11.3% of the time, striking out 17.8% of the time with a 308 average, 824 OPS, and a weak ISO. So at the end of the day, they're walking, they're not striking out, they're hitting 308 as a team with an 824 OPS. We will talk about the 2 guys that will see my money and have been seeing my money. And y'all probably already know because you guys tune into this show and know who the fuck I like to bet at times. So let's talk about Kikuchi's K prop 6 plus a plus 124 on Prize Picks. They have it at a 5, and that's at a minus 197. And you won't see none of my money with that. If Kikuchi is on, the guy can hit his K prop. I'm not betting ifs, guys. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. At the end of the day, ifs don't pay the bills, and I'm not betting that. What I do know and what I have seen is these guys like to hit lefties. And the two that got my money today, Javier Baez versus lefty. I've been preaching it, guys, over the last few months to you. He hits 346 versus a 178 versus righties, 346 versus lefties. Slugging goes up 300. Good damn. 300 to a 590. Woo! And that OPS goes from a 534 to a 944. So at the end of the day, this guy rakes left-handed pitching. And then we do talk about bullpens. The Blue Jays bullpen has been good. They have been 8th over the last 30 days with a 2.97. So I get it. When you're taking the hitting prop, you're only going to be seeing you want to take in the starting pitcher with the bullpen. And they do have a good bullpen. But I've been riding this guy so many times, it's just been cashing at an absurd rate that I've got to keep playing it until he decides to stop cashing. On the other hand, I wanted this guy over 1.5 bases, and then they gave it to me at minus 164 for a half a base. So that's where the fuck I bet it. At the end of the day, Eric Haase is the hottest freaking Tiger since the month of June 1st. June 1st, okay? He's batting over 300. 6 of his 8 home runs have came in that time. And he's got 57 total bases in that time, guys. So he's turned it on since June 1st. Last year, he was super bet on versus lefties. This year, if you look at his numbers, it's pretty much dead even versus lefties, righties. Go back to last year and see this guy just humdulillah versus lefties, guys. And this guy's been humming. And at the end of the day, over a half a bag on a guy who's 1 for 3 with a home run off of him already, guys. This guy like 1 for 3, stupid small sample size. I'd give a rat's ass about that. That's nice to see. He does got him for a home run, but I'm not surprised. That's just what he does to lefties. So this guy's been a beast. Had a really slow start to the year, and he's been turned it around. So he will keep seeing my money. Eric Haase, baby. Shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. And let's talk about this Ohtani day. Rangers at Angels. Spencer Howard versus Shohei Ohtani. Spencer Howard's 1-2 with a 7.11 ERA. Man, would you like a squishy? Would you like a squishy? Spencer Howard, give you a squishy. Ha! He got a 7.11 ERA in 7 games. He's been pretty bad, guys, by the numbers, but if you look deeper into it, guys, you got to look deeper into this shit. The guy's it's been hit or miss. At the end of the day, 4 of 7 games, he's gotten cracked and given up more than 3 earned runs, where the other 4, he didn't. And he's going to have an asinine of base runners on base. He's going to walk a shitload of people. He's going to allow a bunch of hits. And can he get a double play when he needs it? And that's pretty much what his year's been all freaking year. He's going to have base runners. If you want to run people today, look at the Angels today, because Spencer Howard is a trash can. And these Angels have been starting to hit since the All-Star break has came and went. So definitely, if you're looking at some bats, don't hate you looking there. The Angels, like we know, they are striking out 27.8% of the time, walking 10%, which is great. 255 average and a 722 OPS. So like I said, their hitting numbers are starting to turn it back around, guys, at the end of the day. But they are still striking out, and they will be a pick-onable with the right people. I just can no way can I ever bet a Spencer Howard, but yeah, not for me. On the other hand, what is for me, even though Spencer Howard, his K prop 5 plus minus 108, 4 on Prize Picks, and that's at a minus 295, and they're not offering his fantasy score, or else I'd say just either fade him. There's no way you could bet a Spencer Howard, but his K prop, I can't tell you to fade that, because we do know if you could stay into the zone, you can strike him out. But this guy's problem is staying in the zone. So that just feeds into the Angels, guys, and feeds into Shohei Ohtani. Our guy, your guy, then why aren't you on him, Sharpie? You said you're on just one dirty K today. Yeah, I can't hate you guys if you're on Ohtani. Ohtani has been a damn beast, but there's just a few things here telling me that I just need to kick back and watch this game. And let's get into it. Shohei Ohtani's 9-5 with a 2.8 ERA, 134 strikeouts in 93 innings. That's the shit we like, baby. He has a he has a home 2.05 and a road 3.60 ERA. Both are freaking good. He's just been elite at home. And he faced the Rangers 2 times this year, April 14th in Texas. 2 weeks into the year, he got shellacked. 3.2 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And then once again, May 18th in Texas, where he pitched well, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Over his last 5 games, he's got 35 innings, and he has 57 strikeouts. Good God Almighty, the dude has been a beast. Except he hasn't been a beast for Texas. Go back to last year, guys. And he's played this team 4 times last year. Now this will be his 3rd time this year, so 6 times already. He's had 9 strikeouts 1 time. And they're putting his K-prop at 9+, and it was at plus 108, 8.5 on Prize Picks, and a 43.5 fantasy score. Do I think he gets 9? Yes, but once again, thinking doesn't pay the bills. I would like to see a lot more than just the numbers. When I run their numbers up, they are striking out 24%. That's not good. 229 average, 675 OPS, and an ISO of a 142. Well, those were their last numbers the last time he faced them when he went, that was 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The same exact numbers. And there's just a lot of things there telling me, okay, can he get it? Yes, he's been on another level, but it just may be that this team may just see him well, guys, at the end of the day. Some teams are going to have your number, and to have only 9 strikeouts, 1 of 6 games versus this team in the last 2 years, I just got to kick back, but I can't hate anybody looking to bet him. The Texas Rangers are a big swing and miss type team, and he's been pounding the zone. So definitely it's leaning like he's going to probably get like a half unit bet for me, guys. I just can't go full pull with him because what I've seen in the past. Then we got to talk about bullpens, and we already know about these bullpens, guys. They suck. At the end of the day, over the last 30 days, Rangers pin is 25th with a 5 ERA, and the Angels pin is 23rd with a 4.73 ERA. No run first inning is at a minus 135, and I thought like, okay, let's look at Shohei Ohtani on Shohei Ohtani Day. You know, when he pitches, he's got a hit, right? Well, the guy's got 1 home run and 16 starts, so he's fucking due, is what you're telling me, right? Well, if he was due, it would be today, but there's no way I could run him for a home run prop when he's shown me he hits a home run 1 out of 16 times on the day he starts. What he does show me is he gets at least a hit. So if you're looking to run something up with a parlay, hook something up, just get him for a hit, over a half a bag, whatever one's cheaper. It can be different juice. Make sure you look at over total bases and you look at hits. It's the same freaking crap for 1 total base and 1 hit. Same worded shit. It's going to be juiced out different. So make sure you look, save yourself a little money. And if you like to add something onto a parlay, he has had a hit 11 of 16 times when he's had a start. And bad bullpen, bad pitcher, I'd expect him to at least get a hit today. If he does get a knock, cool, but I doubt they're going to give you enough value on 1 for 16. Huh? Take that into effect. Betting that type of home run prop. If you've bet his home run prop every time he's pitched this year, you are fucking no longer betting. You had to quit. You had to stop. No bueno. So yeah, let's get into the last game of the night, guys. We've got Cubs and Giants. We've got a little tricky fantasy score thing we're gonna do here, but it's not the fantasy score. We'll get into it. Justin Steele versus Alex Wood. And I've got some weird fishy stuff going on that tells me that Alex Wood gets his K-prop, but there's no way in hell am I betting Alex Wood. So let's get into it. Justin Steele versus Alex Wood. Justin Steele, 4-6 with a 4.02 ERA. He does have a home 3.29 and a road 5.23 ERA, but he's also played 4 more games at home. So I'm sure once he plays 4 more games on the road, especially in a place like Giant Stadium, his ERA will come down some. but maybe not tonight. Just maybe not tonight. He's gone 6+ innings 4 of his last 7, with only one of those games giving up more than 3 earned runs. Now he gets one of the better pitching ballparks in baseball, but a team by the numbers that is just raking versus lefties, guys. As a team, they're walking 7%, not good. Striking out 21.9, that's good. 270 average with an 869 OPS and a fucking crazy ass ISO of a 273. Damn, this team is hitting lefties and they're hitting them for power. Justin Steele's K prop is 5+ minus 130, 4.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy scores at 24.5. I will run this guy sometimes, but he's not a guy I look to run all the time. He is a guy who is looking for the ground ball. He is one of the higher ground ball percentage rate pitchers in baseball, and those type of guys will get strikeouts at times, but they're looking to get weak contact, guys, at the end of the day. And I like to bet guys who look to put people in the fucking grave. Fatality. So let's get into another guy that we need to talk about, because it's a little weird that they have Alex Wood at 7+ at +106. Let's get into it. 6-8 with a 4.20 ERA in 19 games. 4.20 means what? We got to blaze him up, guys. At the end of the day, this guy's telling us to roll this guy up. So he has a 3.95 home ERA and a road 4.42, but he's played 3 more games on the road, and he's gone 6+ innings 1 of his last 7 games while averaging 5.1 strikeouts a game. It's averaging 5.1 strikeouts a game over his last 7. And he hasn't gone 6+ innings, but 1 of his last 7 games. And they put his K prop at 7+ +106. Dug through his numbers and shit, guys. 3 out of 19 games this year, he's had 7 strikeouts or more. So you're telling me if you're just one of those guys, you're going to go just jam the under. Well, everything tells me by the numbers he should get the over. 6.9 walk percentage. They're striking out 28.9%. They're not hitting the ball. 217 for average. When they are hitting it, they're hitting it for power. They're crushing it. 744 OPS and an ISO of a 233. Well, this is a ballpark that's going to help him at nighttime when they do hit him hard. So this leans to me like an Alex Wood spot, guys. He is 6 on Prize Picks, and that's out of -154. And his fantasy score is out of 28.5. By the numbers, it says run Alex Wood. So if you're looking at an Alex Wood prop today, I don't fucking hate it, guys. It's just somebody I just don't like to bet on personally. But the numbers do say Alex Wood is in a favorable spot, even though they did jump that up to a 7+. I understand why they did. No run first inning is at a -125, and both bullpens is a drastic difference. Cubs is 5th with a 2.88 over the last month, and the Giants is 29th with a 5.67. Now, I would tell you to go look at some bats on the Cubs side, and I'm also going to tell you to look at some bats on the Giants side. I'm no good at picking Giants bats versus lefties. That's just not what I'm good at. Like, for some reason, every time I pick a Giants bat versus lefties, it's just, I fucking lose. I run Jock Peterson versus the stud righty, though. You bet that. So, yeah, definitely don't know what giant to tell you to bet. So if you're running DraftKings, I don't hate it, but I would look to smash some Cubs bats today, guys. Ian Happ is a guy that just owns lefties. 346 average compared to a 262 to righties. His slugging goes from a 426 up to a 513, and his OPS goes from a 780 versus righties to a 920 versus lefties. The only issue with me is me not betting this guy tonight is I've seen this shit happen, and same with Wilson Contreras in this game. People get traded, and both these guys are on the trading block. If they start the game and they get traded in the middle of the game, your ticket is burnt if they don't have it by then. The bullpen is trash. They have a pitcher where I think they're going to get to him today, guys. At the end of the day, I think they should get to Alex Wood. But even if Alex Wood goes 6 innings like he's gone 1 of his last 7 games, they have a trash-ass bullpen, so I still expect some of these Cub Pats to then get to the bullpen if they didn't get to Alex Wood. But Don't have a bet on this game personally myself. I would love to bet some Ian Happ, but I'm a little afraid of this guy being traded in the middle of a game and me throwing something across the room. So definitely trying to save a little money there. Let's run through some prize picks and let's get to the damn money on a Thursday, guys. So we're going to run my K prop, my dirty K that I am on today. Zach Wheeler, guys. I got him this morning at 6.5 at plus 117. Shout out to the homie Croc. Last night he got him at a 5.5 at a minus 165. Just 5.5 is a way better number. I get it. The juice was high, but the guy's getting 6 in his sleep. The issue is 7 now. We've hit 7 with this guy since April 28th, 10 out of 11 games. And then over the last 4 weeks, he hasn't had more than 7, and he's had 6 one time. That 6 one time was versus the Cubs, and we ran him, and it was depressing not to hit him. But I can't let one time let me down. We weren't fucking running him up on a back-to-back versus the Cardinals, and we weren't running him up versus the Nationals, a team who's really good at making contact. The numbers say play Zach Wheeler today, and I will go full pull with my guy, and I will run into a wall with Zach Wheeler until he tells me differently. So the plus money was beautiful. I thought it should have ended off the day around a minus 130. It's just that's where I thought it should have been at personally. So we're getting a great number for his last 4 games. His velo isn't down. There's nothing for me to be worried about. So Zach Wheeler, go out there and start this all-star snub revenge tour versus a team that likes to swing and miss and a team that hasn't seen you since 2019. So get your damn thing done going, my guy. On the other hand, guys, Zach Thompson, same game. Too low of a fantasy score, guys. I'm already betting the first 5 under in that game, and I think it's a big part of this guy. I don't think he has more than 2 earned runs given up. I think he's going to go out there and deal. So he's shown me when a team hasn't seen him and they're not in the division that he is going to go out there and give me 5 to 6 innings of work and give me 2 earned runs or less. So I've got to go by the blueprint Mr. Zach Thompson is giving out. So go out there and keep doing what you're doing all year, my guy. And then on the other hand, 17.5 outs, guys. That's fucking going 6 innings of work versus a team who crushes lefties. It just doesn't add up to me, guys. At the end of the day, the numbers with the Giants are absurd over the last 200 plate appearances versus lefties. As a team, they're hitting 308. And OPS numbers are through the roof. And their ISO is at the highest I've ever seen, a 273 ISO and an 870 OPS. Like, he's gone 6+ innings 4 of his last 7 games. So there's less than it's a coin toss just looking at that. And then if we look at the numbers, I think the Giants get to him today, guys. And the Cubs have a top 5 bullpen, and I don't think they're going to be afraid to go to their bullpen. So those are what I'm on today, guys. Shout out to the damn chat. Without you guys, there ain't me. Go on over to Prize Picks if you already haven't. And if you already haven't, smashed the fucking like, guys. So go on over to Prize Picks. Use that promo code PubSports. Why? With that promo code, you get a $100 match deposit, guys. And not just that. It's like saying thank you, Sharpie, saying thank you, Pub Sports. We appreciate you. One sign-up goes a long way, guys. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate y'all jumping in. LJ from Houston, he talking about waiting on the Marlins team total under 4.5. All right. Who else got some stuff? All right. No, nothing going now, though, but only 32 likes, guys. Man, after Wheeler wins tomorrow, guys, I expect to come into 32 likes. So let's get to the damn money. And thanks for coming. Until next time, let's pull them cheeks back and remind them who the fuck I am. I'm God.
Like, I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god.